Hopefully wish you, all you in the armed forces, especially those serving around the world, a very, very happy 4th of July weekend. I was at the carnival at the Fort Campbell Fairgrounds yesterday. I got some amazing videos to show you all. You know, they say that if you look toward God, truth always sets you free. I've missed out, as I've said many times, years ago, years and years ago. A single father who's been through so much crap, all just for being near my son, who I miss very, very much, and I hope you had a good 4th of July in Florida. You know, his mom's name is Myra Sisson, that's Sion. She's not even a U.S. citizen. Her family has taken pride in making sure I've missed out on 4 years, including Christmas, birthdays, barbecue parties. They specialize in making sure showing this soldier exactly how it feels using my kid to get to me. Did I say that too loud? Because all the judges down there, the Mayor Bob Buckhorn, a lot of Orlando immigration judges, they watch this 24 hours, 7 days a week. They love the Bible study. The fact that I sit there and support military, heck, I even stand in front of the American flag at the end of the evening. I go to nightclubs. I launch fireworks. I was standing in front of a pitcher seat at the baseball game the other week. I even showed you a photo, a couple of videos of that a while ago. Oh, wait. Being there for my side is hilarious to her family because while I'm doing all that, they take pride in talking about me behind my back. Golly. How about that? Just for helping her stay temporarily here in the U.S. Yay! Round of applause here. You should have seen the pot shot remarks. That's another thing. Pot shot remarks she did while I was at the fairgrounds just for asking how my son was. Usually I get, he's fine. That's 3 words only to be forgotten about like some trophy on a fireplace for months later. Who else knows about this? Oh, I know. Several senior judges down there, they know all about immigration abuse, especially the part where she's willing to say anything just to force her way into the U.S. Did I say that too loud for a nice friend who's a judge in Orlando? Golly. Just for being there for my son. How about that? An officer's son. Alright. Now we're on the same page. Let me give you a few pointers here. One, I'm not someone you use for a chess piece to get at me through my kid. That's not how it works. Two, you receive no help from me from now on. You know why? Because I'm going to be out there looking for a new wife who's a lot worthy of me. There's plenty of fish in the sea, as my family says, and we're fed up with the idea that you come over, phone call, you name it, all just to be here in the United States. In fact, I'm going to say this as politely as possible. Videos tell 1,000 words. As much as I'm out there supporting you all who want to invest in somewhat immigration, I suggest you again, have mentioned the other videos if you watched the video. If you want to help someone get here legally that's worthy of being a U.S. citizen, well, make sure you get to know them first before bringing them here. Two, the application alone just to start is $1,000. Okay, that's just to start. That's like investing in a car. That's how much money you gotta have on the side. It comes to almost 10 grand by the time you even bring them here. Because they want to make sure they're okay, that you're investing in that person. Two, make sure you know their cats, their dogs, their neighbors, the whole works. And then get to know them. Make sure remember that it takes two, they deserve respect, you as well. Two people. Gotta meet halfway at the table. Not this. Let's forget about him. Dust him off once in a while. Maybe once a month. Like some trophy at a fireplace. We'll just use it, abuse him, see what's in it for us. If he doesn't comply, well, he doesn't get to see his son. And she's not even a U.S. citizen. She's being deported. Which means any time now they're gonna cut her off at work and give her a nice phone call saying, "Hi, you got a certain amount of days to get out of the U.S." Because you're obviously your current husband. I didn't mean Frederick, your ex-husband. My bad. Even though that's what we're really reviewing to see how you forced your way in here. We're just making sure we proved it right all along. We're just finishing off the final touches here. Because it's obviously you took advantage of both people here. Oh, wait. I foolishly helped you a little further just so you could work for the last 3 years legally. My bad. That's not gonna happen again. Just for being there for myself. That's why I'm going to nightclubs, listening to Houtweiser shells, going to rock concerts, 4th of July fireworks blasting. I was this close, even on a Ferris wheel. Darn. Did I say that so loud for all to hear? Alright. That's while trying to plead, ask for some kind of details of what's going on with my son that's currently temporarily with you for a certain amount of days. Darn. Again, the immigration judge in Orlando is watching this. How many who know your last name and where you work and everything else. They also know the amount of months that you've taken from me that I could never get back. I appreciate that. That was brilliant. That makes me feel like a total, can't say it so loud because Grandma's up in the clouds, just for helping you out to start with. In fact, had I known what you were going to do to me in this nice little sick charade years ago, I would have just let them take you. Because there again, it's not about me, it's about your ex-husband. Darn, you weren't even divorced yet. I tell it like it is. All for support people, cared about people, only to be rewarded with days and weeks and months of silence, courtesy of you and your relatives who live nearby. Can't get any clearer than that, folks. I always tell it like it is. Hope y'all had a great 4th of July. I just wanted to get that one out because, again, she specializes in taking pot shots at me out of nowhere, all for trying to care for my son. He's only 5. Heck, I'm sure he'll understand this one years later. Why Mommy's not going to be around anymore. In fact, you got a new mommy who deserves your caring heart because she knows how to treat people. Not be married to her work and forget about so-and-so Russell over there. That's only a human being. Heck, that's an officer's son who's a little smarter than that. He's not a dog. That's a human being. Somebody who'll give his own shirt to anybody around here. And you think about that real hard the next time you send me a text message that's so insulting just for asking how my son is doing for the day. Alright, glad we got that one out while you're working at Steinbart Britain Plaza. Yay! Oh wait, that doesn't include being stood up twice while visiting you the last time around. For a whole week. Golly. That makes single women out there real proud knowing that there's someone who works at it temporarily legally here who just specializes in hurting this guy through his kid. Aw, you thought you had it hard? That guy, just because that guy cheated on y'all, and you thought of getting drunk in the elevator because you thought you had it bad that night? Now you got somebody to look at who had a whole lot harder. Darn. Real friends will tell you that to your face. That guy can take a beating and he's still standing up. He dusted himself off. All for being there for my son 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just for caring about you. Oh, I admit one more thing. The only thing I ever did wrong was one thing, caring about you. Much love. And the rest I leave to God. Because now I know one day, power of attorney, state law, Florida. Here's the harsh facts. They're not going to care what a certain judge said prior. They're going to see eye to eye. Udo tomato. Okay? You're not a U.S. citizen. You don't have the same rights I do. I'm his legal guardian. I say what goes. You've done what illegally so far? You have enrolled him in a daycare without even consulting with me. Darn, I said that one too loud. You have enrolled him with a doctor and he didn't even consult with me. Did I sign anything? No. Did you even call me? No. Heck, I could sue them if I wanted to. Where do you get off doing that without my permission? Hello? Because this is Kentucky law, Tennessee state, not Florida, okay? I know Florida law. I know how to stand up for myself. Obviously, I know what's best for my son. So sooner or later, you're going to have to hand him over. Power of attorney, you go bye-bye. Don't bother me again, okay? And in fact, if your relatives who like talking about me behind my back so much and saying whatever to my family, just for you to stay as temporary as it is, just for being there for my son, were any wiser, they'd use their mouth and their hands and help you pack a little early, a lot quicker out of the U.S. before they haul you out of here. Okay? Because I did my part. And the rest I leave to God. Can't get any clearer than that. Much love, folks. Teddy Bear Heart.